Inside Out 2 was definitely better than the first movie. The movie was more raw, vulnerable, and especially relatable to its audience. The rawest moment came towards the end, leading up to where Riley had a panic attack. Now, as a recap, the first movie was definitely advertised as a kids' movie, so it brought in parents and their kids, as well as folks that like to watch Pixar films. The first movie came out in 2015 and explored the intricacies of why joy and sadness are needed in our lives, with one of the most memorable and emotional scenes being when Bing Bong sacrificed himself to save Joy and ultimately Riley. Fast forward to now, it's safe to say all of the kids that went to see Inside Out are now teenagers, and more importantly, all of the teenagers that went to see Inside Out are now adults. This made watching Inside Out 2 an emotional roller coaster for the audience that are going through or have already been through puberty. The new emotions show up as Riley hits puberty: anxiety, envy, and embarrassment, and of course nostalgia, which completely rocks Joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust worlds. Naturally, anxiety is a leader of the new emotions, just like Joy is the leader of the older emotions, and takes over, trapping the old emotions into a vault and destroying Riley's sense of self and forming a new sense of self fueled off of anxiety. Now, looking back at this scene, it is stellar, because the effects of anxiety start out small in the beginning of the movie, but ends up becoming a big issue towards the end. And in order for anxiety to take over in the movie and in reality, the rest of the emotions had to leave or be tossed to the side anyways. Now, from a first glance, the emotions being trapped in the vault, escaping and running around in the back of Riley's mind, trying to find the broken sense of self, seemed like another adventure in a kid's movie. However, it is an accurate portrayal of what emotions go through while anxiety takes over. As the movie progressed, the old emotions were lost and were slowly trying to figure out their way back to the headquarters, as anxiety slowly started creeping up, and then of course, throttled full speed ahead, making Riley have a panic attack. As we saw during Riley's panic attack, the best scene in the movie, Riley was fighting herself. The heart palpitations, the sweat, the I'm not good enough donkey talk. And during this time, Riley's old emotions were trying to get rid of the new sense of self, which was essentially anxiety, until Joy finally broke in and saved the day to help anxiety let go of Riley. The next scene was pure magic, as Riley used her new sense of self to want to feel joy, instead of Joy wanting Riley to feel joy. Essentially, emotions do not control Riley. Riley controls her emotions, and anxiety said it best. Now, this is the biggest difference between the first and second movie. In the first movie, and majority of the second movie, the old emotions thought that they were in charge of controlling Riley, when all along, Riley was in control of them. Some honorable mentions for best scenes in the movie is when Joy sort of had a breakdown when she could not get the machine high enough to find Riley's sense of self. The machine is not what caused Joy to panic. It was the other emotions who were being themselves and at the moment had little faith in Joy. Now, this was great foreshadowing for when Riley specifically chose Joy after her panic attack, because Joy basically said that she does not always have the answers, but she stays the course anyways and chooses to be herself. Also, the scene after Riley had a panic attack in which her friends came to check on her was important. Riley was around plenty of other girls playing hockey. However, out of all of the girls, her friends were the ones that noticed she was having a panic attack, or at least noticed that something wasn't okay. I thought it was a sneaky way for Pixar to show that anyone can have anxiety, but not everyone pays attention to folks to know if they do have it or not. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think. What was the best scene in Inside Out 2? And do you think that it was better than the first? Also, do you think we'll have to wait another 9 years until the third movie? Last but not least, make it your business today to choose joy. And see ya!